Right, okay, welcome back. Sorry, I'm just doing my homework there. This is our CEO interview of the day with Cyril D'Silva, who is from Golden Saint Resources. You're apparently a West African-focused exploration company holding 3 exploration licenses in Sierra Leone. But you are the CEO, as I've just said, but you used to be the executive chairman. Can you just explain the change in role?
One of the reasons we changed the role is because we're starting now to go back into Sierra Leone after Ebola. We haven't been back for a while, so I'm going to be spending a lot more time on the ground. And so it's important that someone else heads the board while I continue to focus on the operations on the ground.
Right, and that the Ebola sort of put in like a year delay into
almost, yeah, practically a year, and haven't been able to get the right people in there. So it's all changing now. So we're going in and pretty excited by it.
Right, but the change in role is maybe so that you have a more hands-on approach in terms of driving the company forward.
That's right.
Right. I mean, the other thing is that you know you're in London now. Just thank you for coming in to have an interview with us. But you're off to Sierra Leone with a new technical team called
Rock
Forage.
Yeah.
Could you tell us what they do and how that's going to work?
Yeah, Rock Forage, they're competent people. They are very experienced in diamonds. They actually consult to a diamond mine now in Lesotho that produces, I think, about 800 carats per day. So John Ward, one of those that are attached to us, is a world-renowned geologist in alluvial diamonds, and took me a while to trace them down. So the biggest weakness we've had is not being able to send a competent person into the ground. You know, we're in a bulk sampling stage. We've been finding diamonds, but it is that competent person that needs to go in and tell us that, okay, you're sitting on this. And now we have them going in. So I'm meeting them next week in Sierra Leone. And from here, they actually take over advising us on the exploration program.
Right, the bulk sampling that's been done has produced encouraging results with a couple of 9-carat diamonds and other smaller stones recovered in just a 3-week period. Could you update us on exactly what you're targeting and how the operations are going to go forward?
I think, for a junior diamond mining company, probably one of the rare companies that has started bulk sampling and started finding diamonds quickly, right? We don't know what we're sitting on. We need a competent person to go in and tell us what we're sitting on. We're obviously very close to the source, so I'm excited by it.
Right. I mean, and do you think the market is suitably excited at this stage?
I would think so. I mean, things are starting to turn. People are starting to go into Sierra Leone. The bigger companies are going back into Sierra Leone. A lot of the smaller companies have lost their licenses. And like I said, the fact that we're finding things on the ground, it's exciting times. We haven't been able to bring out the diamonds because no one is going in, but from now on, we can bring those diamonds out regularly, and that means we can convert them to cash.
Right. Let's just look at, step back from that, look at the bigger picture. Obviously, in terms of the mining sector, the last 3-4 years, it's been a bit of a nightmare.
That's right.
It wasn't expected to be a nightmare. It was supposed to be literally a golden period, with I don't know, maybe gold at $5,000 an ounce and everything else happening, and just economic boom with interest rates low. Hasn't worked out like that at all.
Yeah.
What's your explanation of why that happened? Why people were wrong-footed?
I think one of the things, I'm based in Australia, so one of the things a lot of mining companies were doing was just about going up, proving resources, and never bringing anything out of the ground. So I think after a while, the public got tired of it. It's resources, but nothing comes out of the ground. And when it's time to bring something out of the ground, nothing comes out of the ground. I mean, you can have all the reports you want, but at the end of the day, it's what you can bring out of the ground that matters. So I would think that the public got tired of waiting for companies, they're just proving resources and not bringing it out of the ground. So it's a different concept today. I think investors are looking at a different angle. They want to see tangible results of what you can produce in the ground.
Right. I mean, in terms of diamonds and gold, which is sort of your area, there is a stark difference between, let's say, the way that the diamond market works and where the gold price works as well.
Yeah.
Could you just explain that, and maybe there's a positive angle in terms of diamonds at least?
I think diamonds, for the same amount of work that between diamonds and gold, right? The amount of dirt you wash in order to produce a gram of gold, and the amount of dirt you wash to produce stones, it's two different worlds. We found a 9.5 carat diamond the other day, washing like 2 tons an hour, and that could give us maybe, you know, we don't know what the value is, but that's $200,000. You take a kilo of gold. I'm not sure where today's price is, but it would be like $20,000. So the effort that goes into finding diamonds and the effort that goes into finding gold is two different worlds, right? At this point, especially when the resource sector is down, you need to go for what you think is a little bit easier to do rather than, gold is always attractive, but we know it's there, we'll do a little bit of work, but not yet the time to.
But the rise in the gold, well, in terms of the diamond price, that's been quite consistent over the last 5 years, where the gold price has actually been going the other way. Does that put you more focused on in terms of looking for diamonds?
Yes, my focus is on the diamonds. The fact that we're starting to find things in the ground, you know, the focus has got to be there. And,
right, and you're not looking to sell that 9.5 carat.
We are. Yeah, my biggest problem is we haven't been able to ship the diamonds out. Right. Because security companies don't go in and carry it out, and now I'm going in, and you know we're starting to go in. So from now on, we can actually bring the things out.
I can ship it out for you.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that no harm comes to that diamond. But yeah, that's my train of thought. Right. So basically, I mean, in terms of the market's been waiting, as you were referring to, the market has been waiting a long time.
That's right. Yeah.
For mining companies of all shapes and sizes to deliver. If you're, and a lot of private investors are watching this program now, thousands. What is your message to them in terms of why Golden Saint Resources, and when, what's the time frame? If you're an investor today, if you go in and buy the shares on the 13th of August 2015, what can they expect over the rest of the year and going forward?
One of the things that we've been lacking very much over the last 1 year is getting a competent person to report on our findings. And of course, that's the key to everything else. And from now on, we can actually get a competent person to do reports. So there's weight to the reports, right? Which hasn't been the case until today. So I think they go in every 45 days, and every 45 days give us a report. Number two, I'm excited. I'm going in. It's not completely Ebola free, but I think the time has come where we just have to go in, and whatever we find we can take out, and that's what makes it exciting. I mean, there's very few companies with a capex, very few diamond companies that has got a low capex like us that's actually producing the goods. And diamonds are spectacular. You just need that one find and it turns around overnight. That's the thrill of it.
Right, but I mean, your company's got a market cap of about sort of, let's say, £1 million.
Less than £1 million.
You hit upon a 9 or 10 carat diamond. I mean, that's like a quarter of your market cap.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you don't need much in terms of taking the business model forward in terms of raising capital and selling.
It's
low. Is that too simple, or is that?
It's a fact. It's a simple model. The biggest issues for diamond explorers are where do you find the diamonds right now. We've been lucky. We've done bulk sampling in 2 spots, and we found them in 2 spots, right? So even when I brought the consultants on, they were surprised that we could find diamonds so quickly. People don't find diamonds and so quickly. And for consultants, geologists, to be excited by it, John Ward's a world-renowned geologist, to be excited while we're finding it, it just says everything, And John Ward's not the only one. I've got another geologist out of the States that's written to me and said, I want to get involved. So statements like this, that you're onto something good. The hard times unfortunately, they're always there. It's been really difficult, not just for me, but for everyone else. But it's the people that survive during the hard times that go on to the next stage.
Right. So you think the hard times are officially over now?
I don't think the hard times are officially over. I think it's still a fight. Capital markets are bad for resource for the next 1 to 2 years. But I think we've just got to a stage where we found diamonds without the backing of professionals. We're 100% local team. And I've been managing them remotely, and we've managed to find good diamonds. What more if we now actually have professionals going in? The recovery rates are just going to increase. Right? And like you said, our capex is very low, so it's not difficult to cover it with the right team in there. Right.
And the Ebola situation, has that made the cost of operating there less or greater, or how's that affected it?
Africa is a strange country, so to be cost effective, you have to be inside the country. Yeah. Right. that's the fact of life. So, you know, the fact that now we can go in, it makes it more easier to manage the costs. Like I said, we're a very low capex company for a diamond company, for someone that's finding things on the ground. So, you know, it's not difficult to turn this around.
Okay, well, Cyril D'Silva, CEO of Golden State Resources, thanks for coming in to talk
Thank you.
TV today. We'll be back after the break.